I want to take a moment out to thank Dana Nessel, the Attorney General of Michigan, and Senator Moss for the video that you posted regarding Happy Pride. Thank you so much. It shows that you're listening when people like me speak, and I greatly appreciate that. You both are in my prayers, and I want to move on to the reason that I made this video, which is to talk about how we have people in relationships who are sparking things and not realizing with regards to hurt and pain. What I'm talking about is with regards to adultery. We have some serious issues in this country that we need to address and face in order to cause real change. Trying to do what we're supposed to in order to try to fix the family unit is number one priority. It should be for everybody in this country because it's what's causing the decline and the breakup of our social society. And without trying to fix any of it, it really causes massive and widespread harm. In talking about this, I want to talk about spouses who commit adultery and how they wrongfully bring other people into the relationship rather than focus on the actual issues at hand. Now, if you marry somebody, you're supposed to honor those vows. Otherwise, you shouldn't get married. That's just how I feel about it. Now, I do believe that there's a difference between marrying somebody with your hand on the Bible and not. It shows even more of a commitment that you have in regards to relationship with God and making that vow. So when I talk about this, I talk about people who are steadfast in the foundation of not just Christianity, but other religions who practice marriage as a course of action in creating a family unit. So you've got a spouse who cheats, and then you've got the spouse. Rather than reconcile because of the hurt and pain that provoked the cheating, you'll have spouses that go to another spouse. Well, this spouse, or rather than deal with the actual issue, which is attacking the spirits, and now you've brought an extra demonic spirit into the relationship by creating this other spousal relationship where in your own saying of your own beliefs, you don't even believe in having multiple spouses. Or committing adultery, which is what this is right here, because if you were true to your religion and to your beliefs, you would not have married, which is a Christian or religious covenant, with your God in order to create something that is supposed to be everlasting in accordance with your own beliefs. So we've got somebody who commits adultery, and rather than deal with the pain that's included with the vows that they have, they bring in this demonic spirit, which is an alternative or alternate spouse. That spouse is actually attached itself to the pain, which is the original spouse, and until that's removed, you generally can't get to the core of the issue, which created the adultery, because now you've got this other spouse who didn't just commit adultery, now they're living and bathing in it. So rather than focus on what actually the problem and the core issue are, they're focusing on this adultery and this sin, and they just think it's okay. They think it's spiritually and all right, and that they can just continue forth like there's no problem at all here. When in fact, they're living with the devil. You're bathing with the devil. You're sleeping with the devil. You're eating and doing everything else you live in of the devil. Because you've got this extra that you were never supposed to have in the first place because you made these original vows. And that's connected to your spirits. So now, this person right here who's the victim is not just being victimized by the spouse, they're being victimized by the spouse's demonic helper. And so you've created a triangle of pain, and the children are stuck in the middle. The children are stuck in the middle. They're surrounded by all this pain, and it never would have happened in the first place if we would have taken the original vows over here seriously. So instead of having a relationship of spouse and God, now you've got a relationship of spouse, demonic spirits, and God. And you cannot stay connected in your pursuits to be heaven bound as long as you've got this connected demonic spirit going on with you. And until you fix that, there's never going to be true repentance. That's where repentance comes from, is forgiveness, and for correcting your forgiveness. When we talk about the woman at the well, that's what we mean is that, when I hear that, I don't manipulate it into something that it's not. I look at it for the truth that it is. Jesus forgave, but he said, go forth and sin no more, which means you're not supposed to sin anymore. Whatever sin that you have, it's not for me to judge you, and you're not supposed to judge me either, especially when I'm pursuing correcting and righteousness of that sin. You're supposed to promote that. So even if you were living in sin, and I'm going to use Dana Nessel as an example. She's my friend no matter what. You know why? Because she listened. She listened to what I had to say, and she said, okay, I see where these people are coming from with using the word gay when it's the name of their tribe. It's included in the name of my tribe. So now she just made a friend because she heard me. I'm not trying to denounce her LGBTQ-ness. I just want her to respect my Native American and indigenous pride, because I pray for that too. Thank you, Dana Nessel. And for those of you who are out there who don't have an understanding, I'm a chaplain. I just preach the word. If you don't like it, unfriend me. With God's love. Stop stealing my stuff and my kids. God bless America. Have a blessed day. And back the badge.